Hello, it's Yellow and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing good because I got a very satisfying story time for you all, so let's just jump right into it. About 2 years ago, there was this guy at my school, we're just gonna name him Kyle, and he genuinely acted like he was the main character in everybody's life. You know the type, loud for no reason, always recording TikToks in the highway, making fun of people just to get reactions, and somehow always surrounded by those fake laughing friends that disappear the second something bad happens. Kyle wasn't even one of those intimidating bullies either. He was worse. The kind that embarrassed people in small ways every single day until everybody just accepted it. He'd knock books out of freshmen's hands, make fun of people's clothes, comment on girls' appearances loud enough for everyone to hear, and he had this weird obsession with humiliating people publicly. And the thing was, nobody really checked him because his dad was loaded, and I mean loaded. His family lived in this giant modern house up in the hills, and his dad owned some construction company or something, and every year Kyle got something expensive for his birthday. In sophomore year, he got a Rolex. Junior year, his dad bought him a black Porsche Cayman. Not helped him buy, bought him a whole Porsche at 18. Or sorry, 17, but he was turning 18 soon. And after that, Kyle somehow became even more unbearable. He'd rev the engine in the school parking lot every morning like anyone cared. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he got all of our attention because it sounded really nice, but still. He parked across two spaces on purpose. One time he literally interrupted a teacher mid-sentence because somebody outside asked whose car it was, and all he wanted to do was announce it. "Huh, mine!" Like, bro thought he was in a Disney movie. But the worst thing he did happened to this kid named, let's just name him Evan. Evan was a good kid. Like a super quiet, kind of awkward, but honestly one of those nicest people ever. He was really into drawing and animation stuff, and Kyle constantly targeted him because he knew Evan wouldn't fight back. One day during lunch, Kyle grabbed Evan's sketchbook while everyone was sitting outside and started flipping through it, making fun of every drawing he saw. And they were actually good too, like seriously good. But Kyle, being Kyle, starts yelling stuff like, "Bro thinks he's gonna work for Disney," and his friends are laughing while Evan's just trying to grab it back. And then Kyle accidentally, or maybe he wanted to, I don't know, but rips one of those pages. And instead of apologizing or anything, this dude literally crumbles the page up and throws it in Evan's face. And I still remember how quiet the table got. Evan just stared at the floor for a second. He just grabbed his stuff and left. Didn't say anything. And Kyle starts laughing like he just did the funniest thing ever. And bro, Evan, I still feel bad for him. But that was the moment where even people who usually liked Kyle started getting sick of him. Anyway, let's fast forward like 3 or 4 weeks. It's a Friday night, right before summer break, and everybody's outside this huge parking lot, like meet up near the old movie theater. Not an official car meet or anything, just teenagers standing around cars, and we're pretending that we know something about engines. And then Kyle shows up late on purpose. You could hear the Porsche before you saw it because he was revving it like crazy coming down the road. He pulls in fast, music blasting, headlights flashing, acting like he's entering an arena. And instantly there's a crowd around him because, I mean, it's a Porsche. Most of us drove older cars held together by hope and zip ties. Kyle gets out wearing this leather jacket like he's Vin Diesel or something and immediately starts talking about how the car has launch control and nobody there could handle it. Now, let's dive into the most important part. Kyle barely knew how to drive. He barely passed his driving license test. And, like, genuinely, his dad bought him this insanely powerful sports car. But Kyle, he drove like he's somebody who learned everything from GTA 5. He thought being reckless made him look skilled. So people started hyping him up. They started like saying like do a burnout, floor it, drift around the corner. And of course, our boy Kyle eats it up because attention was basically oxygen to him. And at first, he's just revving the engine while parked. And then he starts speeding around this empty section of the lot. Nothing too crazy, but enough for people to start recording. And of course, because Karma apparently has perfect timing, guess who shows up walking through the parking lot with two friends? Evan. The second Kyle notices him, you can literally see the switch happen in his stupid tiny brain. He rolls down the window and yells, "Yo, Disney boy, watch this!" And everybody knew this was gonna end badly. And Evan just keeps walking, clearly wanting no part of it. But our beautiful friend Kyle decides he needs one last moment of attention. So he pulls into this open area near the back of the lot and starts setting up to do a drift around one of those light poles. Now I need you guys to understand something. Pavement had been lightly raining earlier, so there were these concrete parking dividers everywhere. Now, normal people would maybe avoid trying to Tokyo drift in like in a crowded parking lot, but Kyle was not a normal person, and he floored it. The Porsche took off. Engine was screaming beautifully, by the way, because I love Porsches, and for like 2 seconds it actually looks cool. The back end swings out a little, and everybody starts yelling like, "Woo!" But then he overcorrects hard. The car fishtails the opposite direction, and suddenly Kyle panics, and you can literally see him panic through the windshield. Instead of easing off the gas, this genius stomps on it harder. The Porsche shoots sideways, jumps the curb, and absolutely destroys the front passenger side against one of the concrete dividers. I'm talking crushing metal. The sound hurt my soul. It was horrible. It was like one of those sounds where everybody instantly goes silent because you know something expensive just died. The front bumper ripped halfway off. Headlights shattered everywhere. The wheel was bent at this disgusting angle, and then, to make it even worse, the airbag deployed straight into Kyle's face. Bro got uppercut by his own car. For like 5 seconds, nobody moved. And then somebody in the crowd just quietly goes, "Damn!" And the whole parking lot exploded. Not in a cheering way either, more like shocked laughing. The kind where people physically cannot believe what they just watched. Guy climbs out looking completely stunned, white powder from the airbag all over his hoodie, staring at the Porsche like his soul left his body. And then came the best part. One of Kyle's friends, supposedly his best friend, starts laughing so hard he literally has to sit on the curb. And once that happened, everybody lost it. Phones were out instantly, videos everywhere, people replaying the crash in slow motion. Somebody said, "Bro, unlock the concrete divider boss fight," and even Evan laughed. Not loudly, not dramatically, just this tiny little smile while shaking his head before walking away. Honestly, that made it even more satisfying because Evan never got revenge, never fought him, never yelled at him. Kyle destroyed himself trying to look cool in front of the same people he spent years bullying others to impress. And the consequences got way worse afterward. Turns out the damage was insane, like over $20,000 insane. Suspension ruined, side panel crushed, axle gone. Apparently, sport cars are ridiculously expensive to repair. And according to rumors, Kyle's dad completely lost it. Because apparently his dad had warned him multiple times about driving recklessly. So not only did Kyle lose the car for months, but his dad also stopped paying for a bunch of his stuff. Like no spring break trip, no upgraded phone, no easy allowance money anymore. But honestly, the social damage was way worse. For the rest of the senior year, nobody took him seriously anymore. Every time he started acting tough, somebody would go like, "Yo, careful, bro, there might be a current nearby." Or Watch out, he's activating launch control. And everybody would laugh at him. And the thing about bullies is once people stop fearing them, they fall apart fast. Kyle couldn't handle being laughed at the same way he laughed at everybody else, and he got quieter after that. Stopped posting as much, stopped bothering people. His friend group slowly disappeared because most of them were only around for the money in the car anyway. Meanwhile, a few years later, Evan ended up getting accepted into this really good art program after graduation. I actually saw some of his animation work online recently and it was insanely good. And honestly, that whole situation taught me something. The most satisfying karma isn't revenge where somebody gets hurt. It's when someone's own ego finally catches up to them. Nobody sabotaged Kyle. Nobody set him up. He crashed his own Porsche trying to impress somebody who was 10 times better of a person than he was, and somehow the universe timed it perfectly in front of half the school. So guys, the morals of the story are treating people badly to look cool will eventually backfire on you. Don't do it. Confidence without maturity can destroy the very things you're trying to show off. And the last one, the best karma is when someone's own actions cause their own downfall. So guys, that will be it for today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Go touch grass if you haven't. And as always, stay yellow.